is the Quran respectful to God?
Yes.
I think it's not.
What makes you say that?
Well, for example, like it takes stories from the Bible and it exaggerates. And look, the worst ones are the Solomon stories. What
about the David stories? Why didn't you say David?
Okay, the David stories.
Okay, so let's see what the Quran. Let's see what the Quran says about David. We say David was a prophet. Yeah. We say he was the truthful. Yeah. We say he didn't commit major sins. However, compare that with the Bible. The prophet David, according to the Bible, saw a woman bathing in the stream.
The Quran agrees.
No, the Quran doesn't.
It does.
Let me finish the point.
It does.
Prophet David, according to the Bible, sees this woman bathing in the stream. Then he tells his people to go and bring that woman. And then he has adultery with that woman. Then he's like, oh man, she's married. Then David sends the husband off to war, hoping that he would die. He doesn't die. And then he sends him off again, hoping that he would get killed. A second time, he does. We don't believe in this, by the way. I just did this to make a point.
The Quran tells that story.
That story, right? Yeah, please do.
Okay. So,
having adultery.
5 minutes later.
Treat us not with injustice, but guide us on the even path.
So bear in mind, so we're looking for the bit where David is committing adultery with that woman, yeah?
Okay, it doesn't mention that, but it's the same story about the ewe
Frank,
lamb.
I was so patient. The point that I said
then,
was that the Bible speaks about David like that, the Quran doesn't. So you have to show me where the Quran shows David to be an adulterer.
Okay, so it goes on. So they talk about this lamb, and then so David
doesn't mention it. So where does it say David committed adultery in the Quran?
Well, see, it's cut out. It's left out. Well, it is. It's left out. But what? So why is it?
Frank, I was listening to you for the last 5 minutes. You're supposed to prove to me that David committed adultery in the Quran.
No.
You're saying it's copied from the Bible.
Yeah, it is.
But yet the Bible is talking about David committing adultery. The Quran doesn't. Wait.
These men are fictional, and here.
Let me tell you the real reason, yeah? The reason why that bit is not mentioned in the Quran is because that's a fabrication.